my friends, my name is Dragonheart, the Prince of Wales, and welcome to a special tutorial video. Today this is going to be a beginner's guide to try and get the best start on Skyrim Special Edition. So you'll see that we're in a cave right now, and the reason why we are here is because I'm going to show you a quick tip on how to level up some of your skills early on. When you go through this cave, this is the default cave you have when you start up the game. You'll see a little sort of cart over there with some food in it, and in the very distance there's a big grizzly bear just lying down. And if you walk beyond that cart within a certain radius of that bear, it will trigger the event where he attacks you, and you and your companion, in this case Ralof, go and attack him. But before you do that, what you can do, you can actually go into sneak mode and continuously attack Ralof. And the best thing to do, I've actually got him over by here, but if you get Ralof to sort of go up towards here where he actually starts off, you can get him to sort of be pinned back here, and if you keep hitting him repetitively, you will get him up against the wall over there. And if you just keep doing this repeatedly, you will get your skills up. You'll see that my one-handed's gone up, my sneak will go up. If I do it from behind, my sneak will keep going up as well. And basically you'll see on my skills, I've been doing this for about 10 minutes or so. My destruction's gone up by 19 because I've been using that, and if you go along, my two-handed's gone up by 29, and my one-handed's gone up by 32. Archery's 23, and then you see my sneak is all the way up to 17. If I wanted to, I could be here all day, and I could literally do this. There's actually a section later on in the game with the Greybeards at High Hrothgar, which you can do for something very similar. But you can see I've got my sneak up 30. You know, I'm 4 or 5 on the stealth here. I'm 35% harder to detect while sneaking, and then you can see I've got deadly aim here as well. Assassin's Blade. I've also got backstab, which does which does 6 times more damage for a one-handed weapon. So you can do this, and you know, it is a little bit of a cheat, I guess you could say, for lack of a better term. It's up to you. If you want to get a good start and get your skills high early on before leaving this tutorial part, then you can do that. Like I said, if you don't want to do it here later on, you can. You don't do it here, you can do it later on in High Hrothgar. So anyway, what we're going to do, we're going to actually go and attack this bear by here now. So let's see what we can do. Let's go to one-handed, and let's get my longbow out. Let's get the sneak mode, and there we go. Let's get this set up. I've only got 1 arrow left because I've been obviously training up my archery skill. And look at that. Because I've leveled up my archery and my sneak damage so much, I killed him on 1 hit. So just a little tip there, it's worth doing it. Don't forget to get the pelt, and also when you fight these spiders before you get to this part, don't forget to loot the frost venom as well, because that's very handy to have. Okay, so let us carry on. We're just going to go to the end of the section now, and I'll see you all outside. Okay, so your companion's left, in this case Ralof, and he's basically just given me a quest to go to Riverwood, which if I show you the map by here, I am actually using a mod for the map, so my map will look a little bit different. I do recommend using some mods for this game because it does make the game much more visually appealing. So you can see the quest marker here, talk to Gerda in Riverwood, which is there. We're not going to go there straight away, so I think the best quest to go for is going to go along this rock by here. I'm going to set a destination marker around about there, and we're going to aim for that. So we're going to go past him by here. I've got a weather mod on as well, so things will look a little bit different. And basically what we're going to do, we're going to aim for this blue mark that I've put down, and what we'll do, we'll come across a bandit camp. Now don't do what I did and use up all your arrows, because I did that obviously in the cave while training. But basically what you want to do is find these bandits, which should be around here somewhere. I think they're down there actually, yeah. And I think there's about 3 of them, and they'll actually get a treasure map in there. That treasure map can be used to obviously get treasure. I think I've been detected. Just have to be, you know, I'm hidden. Okay, I'm have to use my flame attack because I don't have any arrows left. My one hand is quite strong, so it should be okay. There we go. Oh shit. Okay. Oh, kill cam. There we go. Beautiful. And they're stunned. So go and loot these. Got a battle axe I can sell. Obviously be wary if you carry weight. You can see I'm on 325. That's going to be an extra 21 there. Get the gold. And the thing with looting, you want to look at value compared to weight. So for example, this is 50 value, but weight is 6, so that's pretty good. Whereas this is only value 4 to 2, so don't want to take that. That's like the rule of thumb, basically. Iron arrows, great gold. And there's the treasure map right here. Do you want the treasure map? One of these bandits will have it. Again, take anything that you can carry. Hunting bow here. I want to get a hunting bow, actually. And there was one more that I killed up by here. Oh, that iron armor. And you can see I'm over encumbered now, so I'm going to have to drop some stuff as well. So give me 2 minutes just to set things up here. I'm going to get that. I'm going to get rid of this. I can actually chuck a couple of longbows. And basically anything which I don't really need that's too heavy. So once you've looted to the bandit camp and you've got the treasure map, what you want to do is head down this road by here. So you're heading west from where the hill is, and you get back onto the road basically. So if I came out of seek mode, get back onto the road, and what we're going to do, we're going to head left. And as you look up, can't really see it properly on mine because it is a little bit dark. It is nighttime. Perhaps I should wait until daytime to perhaps do this. But basically you go up this hill by here and you will see there's a shrine of I think it's Talos, and you got some gold as well. So take the gold. There's a steel sword there should you want to take it. Might be handy if you're playing with a sword build. There's some bread, whether you want to take the bread or not. There's a shrine of Talos by there, and basically there's a bunch of dead bodies. A worshipper who hasn't really got anything on them, but there's somebody by here. Not this one, the one next to them. It should be, if I can get them. Somebody by there? No, my eyesight's just terrible. There should, oh, there, I've gone the wrong way, sorry. There's a Thalmor soldier here who has a potion of minor healing, Thalmor orders, which you can read, and it'll give you a bit more stuff on the lore. And basically, they get an enchanted item. It's a randomly sort of generated item. In this case, we've got a hooded Thalmor robes, which has a value of 410, and destruction spells cost 12% less to cast. So it's quite a useful thing to get. Got the boots as well, which don't really have much, but they look quite cool, I guess. An iron armor of minor conjuring. Look at that, value 510, and again, conjuration spells cost 12% less. So I'm going to take that as well. Again, I'm over encumbered, so I have to sort that out. This is where you will be on the map. So you would basically, you've started off at Helgen, you've done the tutorial, you've either decided to go and level up your sneak and stuff, or you've decided to do that later on. Is that totally up to you? You come out of the cave about here, and you've basically walked across here, gone to the bandit camp with the well, not quite where the marker is, but a little bit over from it, and then you've gone across the mountainside to the cliff by here. You've gone up and you've done all of that. So you're basically going to rejoin the road now. You're going to go back the way you came from, which is here, and you are going to get back onto the road, and you're basically just going to head back towards north. So you're heading north back along here, and what you'll see is a bunch of standing stones, which we'll get to. I might make a jump cut actually to get to it. A bunch of standing stones there, and that will be able to level you up a little bit. Okay, so here we are. Standing stones just by there. So again, if I just show you the map, you'll see where I am. It's basically where the water's edge is by there. So I'll put a little destination marker down if it lets me. And what we'll do, we'll head on down here. Try and take 4 damage as I do it. And there'll be 3 guardian stones here. You've got the warrior stone, you've got the mage stone, and you've got the thief stone. And all of them upgrade a certain kind of build that you're going for by, I think it's like 20%. So if you go for the warrior stone, it says you will learn all combat skills faster. I'd recommend going with either that or the thief stone unless you're playing a mage. So we're going to cancel that. Again, you've got the mage stone, and skills for mages will go 20% faster. So that's your magic. And then the thief stone, which is 20% for thief skills, which I've added because I'm a Khajiit. I'm basically going to be playing thief build here. That's why my not my cunning, what's it called? My sneak skill, my archery skills, anything like that is going to be upgraded. Once you've done that, you're going to go back on the road to where we've just come from. Actually, once you've done that, forget what I just said. You've got the road that goes down by here, so you're going to go on the road. It's been a while since I played Skyrim, so I am getting a little bit confused by some of the roads, plus the weather. Now, actually, should we just wait a few hours? There we go. Make it a bit brighter so we can actually see what's going on. So you're going to go across here, and I think along here somewhere, I think it's actually up here. Up here, there is a barrow. called Ember Shard Mine discovered. Not a barrow, a mine. And it's worth going in there to do some looting. There are some enemies in there, but there's lots of gold and some items you can get to sell at Riverwood. There should be a guard up here somewhere as well, so you have to be a bit careful. Hopefully I don't get discovered. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get my bow and arrow out here. I actually got my bow and arrow out already. I'm going to first person. I'm going to see if I can get a sneak attack off, if I can find them. There should be somebody here guarding it. There they are. I've been detected, unfortunately. Oh, arrow to the knee, I guess, or shoulder. Some gold, some stuff again. You know, if you want to take it for the value, weighs 6, might be worth it. Get my arrow back, and then the mine's just in there. If you want me to do a guide on the mine, I will. I do like going into Ember Shard Mine. It's a good early place to go to. But if you're not that kind of confident as combat, what I would recommend is skipping this, you know, initially. So if you come out of here now, skip this mine initially, go to Riverwood, which is only just up the road by here, get your first companion, and then come back. It'll make things much easier. Be careful when you get to here, because there are wolves, or should be wolves up ahead. So I'm just going to get my bow locked ready. See if I can discover them. I can see them, there they are. There's one up there. I think I missed. Yeah, I did miss. One more. Shit, I missed. I'm not very good at archery. Doing lots of damage, you'll see the damage I'm doing with this. Oh, cool. Lovely, that's a nice shot there. There's one more left still. Ooh, is he caught in the rock? I think he is. Perfect. Oh, I missed. Come on. Seriously. Look at this guy. Does a tutorial video. Can't even kill a damn wolf. Make sure you get the pelts. The pelts are useful. Oh, another one. Last time I played this, I'm sure there's only 2, so might have changed things with patches and whatnot. Where's he gone? Where's he going? Wolf said he's gone for a swim. Oh, damn, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, this wolf has like gone for a proper little swim by here, I think. This is hilarious. Right, my Windows decided to disrupt me there, so sorry about that. I just wasted a bunch of arrows as well because I was tabbed out and the damn thing just, well, tabbed me out basically. So just gotta keep following this path, ignore everything else that I just said about wolves and stuff. You're just going to go down this pathway by here until you get to Riverwood. So once you get to Riverwood, you'll see this character by here, known as Faendal, and he can be a first companion. So you click on him.
I see you talking to Sven.
So what's your problem with Sven?
He's a bar. Thinks his back.
So skip the dialogue by here, and then you're right. When words have ever inspired love and feeling.
I don't need you. Could you give her?
It gives you this quest basically, train me to be better at archery. Do that in a sec. So optional, tell Sven about Faendal's letter. What you're going to do is basically go to the Riverwood trader by here, and in the trader there'll be a lady in here, which you will see in a moment.
Well, one of us has to do something.
I said no.
And they're in the middle of an argument here. Camilla Valerius and Lucan Valerius.
Well, what are you going to do then, huh? Let's hear it.
We are done talking about this. Oh.
There we go. So we'll talk to Camilla.
Maybe you could talk some sense into my pig-headed brother.
You basically lied to her, so you have a letter for you from Sven.
Another poem, I bet. What's this?
And you just skip this through.
Tell Sven that he already has a mother.
Talk to Faendal, so you just go back out here. If you talk to that shopkeeper as well behind the counter there, he gives you a quest as well, which you're going to be heading to with the story anyway, so it's worth doing it. It basically revolves around the Golden Claw. So what you're going to do, you're going to find Faendal again, who should be lurking around this area, towards these logs over this bridge by here. And what you're going to do, you're going to speak to Faendal, sorry.
Tell me as soon as you've given Camilla.
And just say, I don't think Camilla will be spending any time with Sven. Say that.
Appreciate your help. Please take this. Some gold I've saved up from working at the mill.
And he gives you some gold. Say, follow me, I need your help.
Lead the way.
And now you've got your first companion. So after you get your first companion, you're going to talk to him. And then I got tweak options because I got a companions mod on here. But you can basically say to him, can you train me to be better at archery?
I'll show you what I know.
And he can level you up by 5 skills. So you see it, gold 104, cost 208. But what I can do, I can say, I need to trade some things with you.
What do you want me to carry?
I can just take his gold if he has any gold on him, which he doesn't actually. So if that's the case, all you need to do is go and speak to the trader by here, or the one in the shop, doesn't matter which one really. You would have noticed I've looted a lot of items going along here. So I'm going to speak to this guy, Alvo.
Every day we get visitors in Riverwood.
What have you got for sale? I can barter and stuff. So then I'm just going to go into my weapons. So I've got an iron mace that I don't want, I'll sell that. Iron war axe. I've got a hunting bow, so I don't need the longbow. Don't need the battle axe. Don't really need the steel sword either. Just looking at the value and everything. And then apparel, I got a lot of stuff here, fur armors and stuff, which I'm not really using. And you see our speech has increased as well by doing this. Get rid of it all. So I now got 600 gold, which is great. So again, I'm going to go and talk to Faendal, my first companion here. Say the same to him. Can you train me to be a head of archery? I can do that, and you can see train, and I can do 2 levels. Okay. So then, little trick by here. I can just say to him, I need to trade things with you. And basically, it doesn't actually work because they've patched it. If you got the patch, Skyrim, then it won't work, which is what I've done here. But basically, gold would appear here, and you could basically take the gold back off him and get him to train you again and go up 5 levels. But it's worth doing it if you want to quickly level up earlier in the game. And it's worth having Faendal because he does work very well, especially for this next section. So, like I said, you can go back to Ember Mine that way with your companion. That'll make things a little bit easier. But what you want to do, you've got these logs, you're going to head across the river because that map that you picked up, which I'll show you by here, items, books, and then it should be treasure map 1. If I open this up for you, you'll see that that little area by there, that's where we are. And across that riverbank where the X is where we're heading. So just across from where we are, it's this bank over by here where that log is. We're going to swim over, or jog over, or whatever, and there should be a little area here, usually inside that log, where you can loot. Now the loot will spawn here every few in-game days, so you can always come back here, but it won't actually spawn if you haven't got the treasure map first. That's why we went there first, to get that treasure map. And basically the items in here will be leveled to whatever level you are. So you could come back at like level 70, and the stuff here will be sort of level 70 stuff for that time in the game. So we've got some gems, garnets, a bit of gold ingot, and a silver ring. So some useful stuff here early on they can sell for a bit of quick cash. And what we're going to do now, we're going to head back across this riverbank here. So if I show you where we are on the map right now, we're going to try and get our first house, which will just be up by here somewhere. So I will put a marker down about here. So we started off, if I can bring it back, we started off at Helgen, we've come out from Helgen to here, we've gone across here, done a few things, gone back to the Guardian Stones, come across to Ember Mine, across to Riverwood, and across the bank in again to here. It's basically zigzagging your way until you get to Whiterun, and by the time you get to Whiterun, it should be in a pretty good and stable position. So across the riverbank here, you're going to follow this pathway, and this will get you your first house and also some good loot as well. Just follow the path upwards, and I'll make a cut once we get there. I'll show you where it is on the map then as well. And then we see it just over there. You see a little hut over there, just the other side of this waterfall by here. And if I show you where I currently am on the map, just so you can get an idea. So I've gone, it's actually further south where I put the marker. It's actually on the grassland more or less. It's about there. If I can move it at all. I don't know if fast travel. No. It's just on the bank in by there. And what we're going to do, we're going to go into this hut by here. This little house, or whatever it's called. There should be a lady here. She's not very nice. She's actually quite evil.
I'm just a poor old woman, dear. No need to trouble yourself with me.
So she's not actually a poor old woman. She's actually a bit of a bitch, if you get my understanding. So what you want to do, you can actually like steal anything from her. But you'll see there's a novice lock by here. And basically, if you unlock it... Oh, a bit more. You can go in, go underneath into the cellar here, and you can basically loot everything. You've got an alchemy lab here, which is great. You can use that alchemy lab, and then there should be a little letter by here. And it says, Helgi dear, why do you hesitate? You can feel the power coursing in your blood. You have only to reach out and grasp it. Renounce that boy of yours and come live with me in the forest. My sister will be here soon. Together we can have a proper coven and your training will begin. So basically it reveals that she is actually a witch. She's not a nice lady. And yeah, not nice at all. But there's stuff you can loot here. So you've got potent paralysis of poison. Just steal it all. Health potions. Just go around, ruin book. Rule of thumb with books, any book that's got a value of 50 or over tends to be a skill book, so that's when it's worth taking. Got an arcane enchanter here as well, which is great, so you can go into the enchanter here and you can disenchant certain items and whatnot. So if you've got anything that can be enchanted or whatever, then we can. That's pretty cool, but we actually haven't in this case. So come back out from there. But you know, it's a nice little starting building to use. Now be careful when you go back up here, because you've got the ladder over here, because she will be hostile as soon as you get up there. So be prepared to get your bow out or whatever you're using. So I'm just going to lock and load my archery skill over here. Feindal's actually in the way over here. Feindal will be good because he'll be used as a meat shield basically. And she will now be hostile. There we go. So I'm just going to go around the corner, let Feindal do some of the aggro, and that's basically what you want to do. Let Feindal do the aggro, and you can go in and get the kills then, like this. There we go. Together we took her out. Excellent. You can loot her, get my arrows back. She's got black mage robes, good for magicka, and she's got an orcish dagger, which might be useful. It's actually a pretty good thing to get early on, orcish dagger. And basically how it works is it's like a save system. So what I can do now, I can go into the cupboard here, and I can actually put stuff in this cupboard. So for example, where was it by that black mage robes? I got 2 of them by here, 50% and 75. I can store that away. Oh, I don't want to wear it. Store that away. Put that back on for now. And then this cupboard then basically becomes our cupboard. So anything that goes in here, it's like it becomes your own basically. It's hard to explain, but anything I store in that cupboard, it will be more or less mine. Don't forget to go around here and loot as well. There are some stuff, for example, if I move this bucket out of the way, it's actually a golden coin purse for there for 12 gold. I think there's a book around here somewhere. I think I may have missed the book. I think it's a skill book as well. It's been a while since I played this, so I do apologise. It's a soul gem. Do you want to take that? Wooden plate, tankards. The book might have been downstairs actually, but oh, it's for there. So, like I said about the value of books, this is 55 value, so I pick it up, and my alchemy's now increased a little bit because of it. I'm going to steal that as well, because I can perhaps sell that for a bit of cash, so I get some supplies as well, and we're good to go. So that's what you want to do with this section by here. So like I said, if I show you on the map where we actually are now, we're there. So we started off there, we've gone across here, gone across here to the bandit camp to get the map. We've then gone across the guardian stones to bulk up my thief. Ember Shard mine optional, go there on your own, or get the companion and come back. Gone to Riverwood, done the mini quest there to get our companion, and we've gone across with our companion to get our cabin. Basically, we can actually have this as like a mini base starting off if you want to, before you get your own house basically. So what we're going to do now, we're going to actually head towards Whiterun, which is the main quest. This will be the last part of the video now, so you're basically just heading towards Whiterun, and I will make a jump cut once I get near there. And there we go, there's Whiterun in the distance. What a beautiful city it looks like. And what we're going to do, there's basically the companions that are down here, and they are fighting a giant. So what you're going to do, you're going to try and measle into their fight, try and help them out basically, and that will open up a quest line for you. And with that quest line, it gets you into the companions kind of building. When you get to that building, there is an opportunity at the start of the game to get a very good longbow, which I will show you in this video. Should be here fighting him somewhere. There he is, just spawned. Just gonna get your bow out. I've actually got no arrows left, unfortunately, so let's get the flame and sword instead. There we go.
Oh well.
He's gone.
Run off. You handle yourself well. You could make for a decent shield, brother.
And this woman, Ayla the Huntress, she's like, what is a shield, brother? What exactly is that?
Never heard of the Companions? An order of warriors. We are brothers and sisters in honor. And we show up to solve problems if the coin is good enough.
So you can say, can I join you?
Not for me to say. You'll have to talk. The old man's got a good sense for people. He can look in your eyes and tell your worth. If you go to him, good luck.
Cool. So then quest comes up to speak with the leader of the companions, which is in Whiterun, so you want to head towards Whiterun. Also, for future reference as well, there is a stable right by there. It costs, I think it's 1,000 gold to get a horse. It is worthwhile getting one, because you will be traveling quite a lot, discovering places. Once you discover them, you can of course fast travel. I don't actually have 1,000 gold, so I won't be able to do that. But what you're going to do is going to head into the city now, and I'll show you where you can get this this very, very good bow at the start of the game. So you get to Whiterun, and this guard basically stops you.
Official business only.
He's like, dragon attack, official business only, and you're just going to go with the persuade option. I have news from Helgen about the dragon attack. It'll increase your speed slightly, and it's probably the best option to go for. So then you go into Whiterun, into the city you go. Lots of stuff you can do in Whiterun. If you want me to do a Whiterun guide, I will. So basically just going to skip all of this, going to go right the way through the city. And what we're going to do, we're going to go to the Companions building, which is the high up building up there. So all the way up here, then left. Up the steps, we've got the waterfall either side. To the right, and then up here. And this is the Companions building. And basically, when you go in here, into Yavaska, they will be in the middle of a brawl at the start of the game. And this is why it's the best time to do it. So they're all going to be fighting and doing this stuff in there. You're just going to ignore them and just going to go around to the right. And down here to the living quarters. Because they're all busy, they're all preoccupied, they're all fighting. And what you're going to do, if I can remember which way it is now, because it's been a while since I've done this. I think you go across the corridor and then left, I think. Do bear with me a second. Is it left and left? It is. Left and left. Display case to the bow. It's an expert lock, so you might want to save the game here. It might take a few minutes or so to do it. Basically what you're going to do though, make sure you're hidden. And you're going to try and make sure you close the door as well. What you're going to do, you're going to try and open this lock. Now, it is an expert lock. You should have quite a few locks. I got 14 at the moment, and you should have picked up more from people you've been looting and stuff. It might take a while, so that's why I say it's worth saving. You'll see my lock picking skill is going up as we do this. But it only takes a little bit to break them quite easily, so it might take a few goes. As you can see, I'm not very good at lock picking. It's probably the thing I'm worst at in this game. But we think we're there more or less. Have we got it? Yo, sugar. Only a little bit. Only a little bit out. This should hopefully be enough. I'm literally taking my time doing this now. There we go. Expert lock. Done it all on the video. I hate lock picking. And then you just want to steal the elven bow. And then here in the items, if I go to weapons, you'll see elven bow is valued at 470. But if you look at it, it does twice the damage of a normal hunting bow, and it's much more valuable as well. So that's a fantastic thing to get early on. I'm going to favour that bow and unfavour my hunting bow. And there we have it, guys. There's other stuff as well which you can get as well. So I'm just going to... Don't forget also there's a book by here on marksmanship. If you want to steal that, that'll increase your archery slightly as well. And you can obviously sell that as well for an extra bit of gold. And that's pretty much it, guys. So just to recap briefly on the map by here. Oh, actually, I better go outside to do this first. Let's go out here. There are other stuff you can steal in one of these rooms, like swords and stuff. Oops, I just crashed into everything. Worst thief in the world. And the guy, it should be a guy here as well. Where's he gone? That's the way to your basket. There's two guys that are sitting down. You gotta wait for them to like walk out of a room, and then you can basically loot like the stuff in the room to get like I think you get like an iron dagger, which is nothing, but you do get like a good sword as well. So it is worth doing it. So to recap, you start off at Helgen. Optional if you want to go through and get the the really good thief skills and do one-handed and two-handed and archery and stuff. By all means, pump the difficulty up to legendary, hide behind your companion, and just keep hitting them in the cave before you proceed with the base section of the tutorial. Once you come out from that cave, you're going to come out and you're going to go left around here. You're going to come across a bandit camp, you're going to loot that bandit camp, and you're going to get a treasure map, which you'll use later on. You're going to go a little bit further up towards these rocks, and there'll be some mage robes and stuff that you can loot, which will be quite handy. You're going to go towards the guardian stones then, and you're going to pick the guardian stones you want. I would recommend warrior or thief, unless you're playing as a mage. You've got Ember Shard Mine. I'd recommend clearing that out. You can either go there on your own, you should be fine doing your own, but if you're not that good at combat, go on to Riverwood, get your companion, and then come back and do it. In Riverwood, do the quest where you get your companion, sell all your junk and stuff, and actually get your companion to level up your archery skill by about 5 levels or so, depending on how much gold you actually have. You're going to go across the river, get the treasure from the treasure map you've obtained. You're going to go across from there then to Anice's cabin. At Anice's cabin, you're going to take up the witch, so you've got your own little building that you can fast travel to, and you can store loot and stuff that you've been collecting. It's also like a home, basically, an early home that you can get for yourself without going through the whole quest to get a home. You're then going to go across the bridge and stuff towards towards Whiterun. And when you get to Whiterun, you're going to come across the companions along this farm by here. You're going to help them take out the giant, which will give you the companions quest. You're going to then go along to the to Whiterun and actually go to Jorvaska, and then you're going to go and loot yourself a lovely bow. You should go up a few levels by doing all of this stuff, and you should have some decent early loot at the start of the game. Anyway guys, I've been Dragonheart. Thank you for watching. Until next time, goodbye.